What is up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Today on Tactical Pineapple, we are going to tackle another topic very closely related to the food shortage, the trucker shortage, and all that happy horse shit. We're talking about inflation today. It's here to stay, and I think we're gonna feel the pain on this one. So as you know, we've already talked about the food shortage, the reason that's happening, so stuff like that. Also, the shipping containers and the trucking companies. Now, bigger picture, what does that all mean? It means that we are going to be experiencing higher prices when things are available. Now, typically, we don't consider that inflation, but when the price is going up are something that are going to stay for a long time, they become inflation. Now, I wouldn't normally be saying this is leading to that, but the United States Food Index is up 4.6%, and meat, dairy, cheese, egg items, such like that, are up almost 10.6% over this time last year. So I believe we're to the point where we can actually begin to call it fucking inflation and be fucking honest about it. So why are we experiencing the inflation? Obviously, we've already discussed the food shortage, the truckers shortage. The trucking shortage itself isn't necessarily causing it, but the fact that it is short, people are willing to pay twice as much to deliver items for them than previously. So when a truck is available, it comes at a higher premium. So that shipping cost is costing the vendor more money. And as we all know, shit rolls downhill, so eventually it ends up at the consumer's fucking desk, and we got to pay more for it. What does that all mean right now? It means many things. So a lot of premium items that people were paying for holidays that are upcoming, namely Thanksgiving, they are going to cost a lot more. So your better quality turkeys, your better quality baking ingredients, all that shit costs more money now because everything else. Now, on top of that, there's also a lack of labor, right? So when you have a lack of labor, you have a lack of production. So places like the mills and this and that, they're just not producing. The lumber cost, we're all familiar with the fact that lumber has gone up exponentially through COVID-19. Well, those pallets and the boxes and everything that comes from actual lumber yards is almost impossible to come by at a relatively decent price. That means we're going to pay fucking more if they can get it. There's a lot of people that are sitting on fucking product that they want to get shipped to stores and they don't have anything to put it in. And even if they had something to put it in, they can't find a truck to get it to you. So that's, the whole fucking catch on this. Hey, real quick, if you're still watching this video, just know that I appreciate the hell out of you. Be sure to head down in the comments section, engage me in some conversation. I always like a good chat. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. YouTube is age restricting my content now, which means unless you're really subscribed, you're probably not going to get delivered it. So just fucking subscribe, hit the notification bell. It costs you nothing. Now, why is it all happening now? Obviously, there's not an election coming up, so this is not going to do anything but hurt the current administration. If it were fabricated. Some of it I believe is fabricated, some of it I don't believe is fabricated. That being said, if you want to hurt America, you attack some of its most fervent holidays. As we're approaching Thanksgiving, it is a time of unity, it is a time that draws people together, and it is the last thing that America, the administration, wants is unity. Unification of its people is problematic for this administration. So just keep that in mind as you look at some of the news that's coming out. There's a lot of different things that are just going to be increased costs through this entire holiday that is going to make it harder to bring people together. People aren't working. People don't have funds to buy premium items. And the people that do have the funds to buy the premium items, they're buying them. They're going to have this massively expensive holiday. But at the end of the day, what does it really mean? There's so many people that are still afraid to even fucking piss out their fucking window, basically. You open that window and you're inviting the virus in, which is absolutely ridiculous and insane to me that we're still talking about it like this. But we are. I mean, Johnny B, everybody knows who he is, watches this channel pretty much. Just recently is working on getting over COVID. So glad he's getting over it. There are a lot of individuals who aren't. So good for him to get over that. Glad he's going to be making content again. Missed him for the time that he was gone. So welcome back, Johnny. But at the end of the day, the reality really is that it's an attack on America. It's an attack on the American system. It's an attack on our holidays. It's an attack on our culture. And this is a war. We are in a war actively. It is a culture war. It is a war on what we believe in. It is a belief-structured war. And it is fucking killing us. So those of you who don't see it as a war, it's time to kind of wake up. We're there. It may not be the war you want, but it's the war you got. So it's time to start using those big brains and figuring a way out of this. Again, I think a lot of this can be hedged off by getting to know your farmers. I don't have a 10.2% increase in the cost of my eggs because I buy from the same individual I bought for 3-4 years now, and that's only because I switched to be closer to where I live, to a new farmer, and by the recommendation of another farmer. So create those connections. It's the only way we're going to get through this shit. Also, like I said, learn to do all that stuff. It's a valuable asset. It will pay for itself in the end. And, me to you, there's nothing better than just honing some skills at this point. So if I were you, I'd learn something. So that'll do it for today, folks. Until tomorrow, just stay safe, stay vigilant, and always carry a pistol. For no other reason than the fact that Joe Biden fucking hates it. See ya.